Okay, everyone has to acknowledge recording. And welcome everyone to the, what is this? August 16th edition,
Ciao a tutti.
2022. Ciao Sylvania, welcome.
Grazie.
So we are blessed to have with us today Denette Incontro as a guest, and she has been the subject of a little bit of research before we got started. So thank you for coming, Denette. You want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Thank you for including me. Thank you, Sherry, for inviting me. I really appreciate it. I know of Sherry through a mutual friend, and I've been asking for a meeting for about a month now, and we finally had a chance to meet last night. And there was an instant connection between the two of us. And she actually gave me some goosebumps talking about our similarities and talking about her Italy trip coming up. I was actually hoping to go along on that one, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen this time around. And I'm just thrilled to be included in this group and excited to see where it goes.
Well,
So my maiden name is Incontro. I am Italian on both sides. So Maloney is my mother, Incontro is my father. I've tried genealogy in the past and haven't gotten very far. So I appreciate the help that you just gave me on that and see where that goes. So thank you very much.
Well, I am going to introduce our group, so I can do this in kind of a quick fashion. So Bob Hughes was on when you came on, Denette.
Correct.
And Bob is our person who keeps our roster. And that's why he's asking for your contact information so we can add you to our roster.
Okay.
And then we send out the updated roster periodically, and it has names and emails, and we like it if you know any of your ancestral surnames, if you could give us a list of between 4 to 8 surnames, that'd be great. And a little biographical thing about you, a sentence or 2 or 3, whatever you want to give us. And I encourage everyone to contribute that if you haven't already. Bob.
Naturalmente io conosco delle persone che si chiamano Incontro, di cui una è una professoressa che insegna a scuola mia, si chiama Ornella Incontro ed è di Lentini, perché Incontro è un nome tipicamente lentinese, vero Eleonora?
See, so Silvana, she's saying that she knows Incontro, that is a typical name from Lentini.
Yeah, we have several databases that we use. One of the first people, in addition to Bob, who does the roster that I want to introduce you to, is Jim Beckman, who has been compiling a database of Carlentini names. And let me just show you real quickly, Denette, what he has done. And okay, so I need to go to my home page, and I have a little quick link that I've put on Ancestry to Jim's tree. And so what I can do is since Sylvana mentioned that she knows Incontros, I just wanted to
Allora, Nick sta
Incontro.
dicendo, visto che tu hai detto che conosci degli incontro, vediamo cosa possiamo fare, ad esempio mettendo incontro su Ancestry, su questo sito che usiamo sempre.
So Jim has, when I put Incontro in the tree search here on the right, can you see this, Denette? The tree search?
Yes.
The list of names? Well, down at the bottom here, it says results 1 through 10 of 61. And then this is the first page of 7 pages of Encontros.
Oh my goodness.
So that gives you some sense of what Jim has in his tree. So let's see, let me just go back to my tree for a second, the Italians of Omaha tree, and go back to you and then view you in your tree. So if we were to go to Joseph T. Encontro, for example, in Jim's tree, let's see, I have to pull this down where I can get underneath the control bar there. Okay, so Jim's tree is here. So we're looking for Joseph T. Encontro, born 1915. So if I just put Joseph in here. Okay, so I don't see, he shows Joseph born 1919, born to Nellie Cornelia, or married to rather. So that's a different Joseph.
Correct.
So he doesn't have your Joseph yet.
Okay.
And so what I would suggest we do is go one more generation back. So, and this explains it right here. If this is correct, if your Joseph is the son of Alfio, that from Lentini, then Jim's tree focuses on Carlentini. So we then hand it off to our friend Dean Badiato for assistance with Lentini names. We also have access to a database online now called the Antenati, which is
Ma Denette non si ricorda il cognome di sua nonna?
also known as the Ancestor Portal in English, and we can search.
Denette, Sylvana, she's asking if you remember the family name of your grandma.
La moglie di Incontro, diciamo, la mamma di suo padre.
The mother
Of your
of
father.
your father.
My father's mother is Castro. Her
Castro.
mother was
Non
Carmela
Castro.
Arena. So
Carmela Castro.
Yeah,
Bell-
Rosebel Castro is her grandmother. Sua nonna e Rosebel Castro.
Del
is-
Castro.
Rosebel Castro, her mother is Carmela Arena.
Arena. In
Arena.
Lentini there is an important and very famous jewelry called Arena, where we go to buy our jewels, and when we get married to to buy dishes and the ceramic stuff for the house with the silver and the gold, very expensive, beautiful things. We go to Arena, and beautiful watches actually as well.
Wow.
See, is in Via Garibaldi. That is the main road where years ago there was the Caffè La Fata. Sometimes we have a Tiziana Green La Fata with us, and where there is the Ottica Cimino, where we went with Nick and his daughter Susie to buy sunglasses.
Okay. So is that still popular there? That's Arena?
Sì, Arena. Silvana, si va a comprare da Arena ancora?
Certo,
Sì,
certo, i gioielli.
of course.
Molto... Fornito, dicevi. Due sono
Oh,
Lentini
look, so
gioiellieri,
many people
tabacco
tonight.
e arena.
Sì.
Wow.
Yes,
That's awesome to know. That is amazing to know. Yeah, and on grandfather's side, I don't know his mother's name because I never met her.
I have Alfio and Contro's parents.
Alfio
sorry?
incontro. A Lentini pure gli incontri avevano un bellissimo negozio di pavimenti, cose per la casa.
I
Saying
grew up,
it's Philadelphia here? For Joseph?
Alfio and Contro's father was Giuseppe or Joseph and Contro.
Okay, so Joseph's father is Alfio, is that right?
No, Giuseppe.
it's
Wait a minute.
Giselle.
Okay.
Alfio and Contro, born in 1891. His father is Giuseppe.
Okay, so I need to get from Joseph to his father.
Well, didn't it say his father was Alfio?
Let me see. Yeah, it says Alfio, 1891.
Right.
Do you
So that
think
guy's father is Giuseppe.
Oh,
died?
Alfio's father is Giuseppe?
Yes.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And his
Thank you.
mother is Antonina Mendola.
Certo, perché i nipoti si chiamavano come i nonni.
Danette,
Oh my God, this is
The same
amazing.
name.
Ivana, she's saying, of course, because usually the grandchildren, they have the names of the grandparents. So it's always one generation alternate with another generation.
What was the name of Antonina?
Mendola, Mendola.
Mendola.
Mendola,
Anche
Mendola,
questo è
yeah.
un nome
Mendola.
tipicamente lentinese. Mendola, il dottore Mendola
Mhm.
io conosco. Lo conosci tu,
Mendola is
Eleonora?
typical from Mendola is typical from Lentini too.
C'è il neuropsichiatra che si chiama Mendola. Si chiama ormai.
There was there is a psychiatrist. È ancora vivo questo psichiatra? Silvana?
Certo, però giù avrà la mia età. Si chiama Mendola. Ha lavorato per tantissimi anni
Oh my
alla
goodness, I'm not
neuropsichiatria.
able to say this word. There is a psychiatrist.
Sì, Mendola. Dottore Mendola.
So this looks like a picture of your great grandfather, Alfio.
Oh my
Incontro.
goodness.
Come puoi notare, Alfio incontro, nome lentinese in tutto e per tutto. Nome e cognome.
So what is
Alfio
that he's
incontro
holding?
is very typical from Lentini.
I think it's a cucuzza, a giant cucumber. Cucuzza, they call it.
Because
Aguguzza
Alfio
Redadi.
is Alfio is the most typical male name in Lentini, and this is the typical zucchini that we use in the summertime. We eat the leaves, and we call them tenerumi. That means tender in Italian. Tenerumi.
Ma in
Okay.
siciliano questo si chiama cucuzza retati.
Mhm.
Nick, something's not right,
Okay,
at least in my tree. You know, if that is,
where do we have
because
problems, Jim?
where Alfio, because I have him married to Cecilia Perry.
Okay, so
Yeah, but
Felicia Gigliotti from Di Colatura, is that right?
Giotti o Giglitto? Del guardamira.
yeah, the Felicia sounds right, but I have like Felicia Perry.
Hmm.
Not Gigliotti. Oh, she was married once before.
Hmm.
She was married to a Gigliotti.
Okay, so before she was a Gigliotti, she was, what was her name?
Perry. Perri.
I like the way they write a potential mother.
Mhm.
Io penso che si chiamava Gilitto.
Yeah, is written in the wrong way. Silvana, she's saying that it should be Gilitto.
Senza la O.
See,
Yeah, it's not like,
while they say Gigliotti, Gilitto.
Invece di Gilitto ce ne sono tanti. E poi
I'm
non
trying to get
Felcia,
back to it.
Felicia.
Just so you guys know, Monica has a question.
Not so much a question. I was just going to tell Denette that we are third cousins. Her great grandmother, Ida Campisi, is my great grandfather's sister.
No.
Yes.
Say that again?
Ida Campisi is a brother to my great grandfather, Sebastiano Campisi.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome in the family.
Well, hi, cousin.
Hey.
Oh my goodness.
As we always say, we are all related.
We are. We are.
Mhm.
Sherry, thank you so much for including me in this group. Monica, it's nice to meet you.
I knew you
Yeah,
were.
we'll have to email each other.
Okay.
What's really crazy is that I've been sending you some things on your phone. So check these out because these are relatives of my grandfather's, but they're not on my family tree. So
Okay.
if you check your phone, I saw a Tadero come up on her, on Denette's family tree there at one point.
Right. Right. That's my mother's grandparents.
They're my relatives too.
Right. So my mother was a Maloney and her mother was a Totaro.
Mhm.
You'll have to look and see what I've got there because maybe through marriage we're related. Because
Oh
I
my
just,
goodness.
yeah, check your phone real quick. I sent you some stuff.
Like on my email,
No, your phone on your on text.
on text. If I do that, I might lose you.
Oh no, don't do that then. But I'm not.
I'll
saying-
wait. I'll wait. If I go to my text, I might lose you. So, okay. So Monica, where are you located at?
I'm in Omaha.
You are in Omaha. Okay.
You
And
are
what's
too,
your
I
last-
take it.
What's your last
Yes.
name?
Yeah.
My last name is Zendejas. My mother was a Gerchulo.
Cachulo. Okay. I know Cachulo. Okay. I know the name. It's so sad they're not here that I can ask these questions. And my goodness, it's just wish I would have done it sooner. I do know the name Cachulo. I don't know how it all.
Gurciullo, I had a classmate in the elementary school, but she was born in the 85, like me. She was Patrizia Gurciullo. So maybe those are all typical
I know
family names of Lentini.
my grandfather had a brother who came to Omaha, and he never did send for his wife and kids. So he had 7 children that stayed in Carlentini.
Appunto.
Really?
And so
Gurciullo,
all their
Carlentini.
descendants are in Carlentini.
Oh my goodness.
To find the grave was
Silvana,
the
c'è un
same
suo
one that
parente,
I've
non ho
used.
capito se è suo zio, che se n'è
Che-
andato e ha lasciato
tornato.
7 bambini a Carlentini e non li ha
Perché
mai...
fratelli. Beh, Gurciullo ci sono a Carlentini. Ce n'è una,
E
Clara,
Gurciullo...
non so se conosci tu Clara Gurciullo, quella che è sposata con, come si chiama suo marito, Russo. Aveva un negozio di cose
I think
sportive,
I'm gonna
ma
take
tanti
this
anni fa.
other,
Conosco anche il fratello
Ah.
che poi è morto, che era ragioniere, aveva un...
There are a lot of Gurciullo even in
Sì.
Carlentini, actually.
Sì.
Okay.
so Jim,
Io
I
penso che
see
sia
Perry-
parente di Clara.
I see
Could be.
Perry spelled with 1 R and 2 R's. But you were saying it's 2 R's in this case?
It's probably where I found it. I think I've even seen it Pari.
Mhm.
let's see here. So
So,
Carlentini.
Yes,
If I were to visit Carlentini,
yes.
is it strictly the Italian language of that area, or would I be able to communicate with English? Because I do not know any Italian.
And they do not know any English.
Okay. Okay.
So you will need someone who will help you to facilitate.
Yes. Yes.
And we have a lot of people around. So as you know, Sherry, she's we have worked on this group that has grown in the meanwhile. 3 years ago, we were 30 and then we became 40. Now we are 46. And then there is a Teresa's group as well, and people coming their own. So seeing that we will have 100 from Omaha officially coming during the festival of Santa Lucia, we are asking to a lot of people publicly to help with the translations. So this will be, even for us in Carlentini, the first chance to really realize how many people they are able to fluently speak in English. One of them is Sylvana's daughter. She speaks perfectly English, and other people with the connections with Omaha who had the chance to come in Omaha, or just growing with the relatives, they had the chance to develop English language, or like me studying, they speak fluently English. Or you can ask for a tour guide, and obviously this will be easier. I'm sorry, look at my cat inside the oh. So there are so many ways. What I always suggest, even if I'm a tour guide, very often people they arrived without any research done, without any connections, without any work done in advance. We need months before knowing the relatives, finding them, ask them to get in contact with you, and facilitating with Facebook. It's easier because they can use Google Translator, you can communicate, and then find the graves in the cemetery. It's a lot of work. So people coming, asking to find someone in 2 hours or just in one day. I did it. Sometimes I did it. So we went to the cafe. That's the easiest way. When you know nobody, you just go, you step in the main bar in Carlentini in the square. Everybody knows everybody. So you just ask, hey, I have a Turco in my family tree. And they go like, okay, Turco lives there. There's another Turco there, another Turco there. You knock the door and maybe you will have the chance to find your relative. Otherwise, we work with Nick in advance and all of our team, Jim and Dean. And obviously, you can go straight to the point and it will be easier. And we are doing the same with a lot of people coming this August.
Correct. Well,
Eleonora,
I did not go
scusate.
to Carlentini. I did not go
Se
to
ci danno i
Carlentini.
nomi, scusate, se ci danno
but
i nomi di quelli che
Or
vengono a
to
Carlentini,
Sicily, where
possiamo
I'm told I'm
tentare di
from.
trovare qualche parente.
But I went to Rome 2 years ago. No, I'm sorry, in 1918. I'm sorry, 2018.
Allora lo traduco.
And I went to Rome for 7 days, where they speak English, and so it was easy for me to get around. But being in Italy, I felt like I was home, and I needed to do more research to come back to my roots and see exactly where I'm from. But I felt like I needed to stay. I was home.
Mm-hmm. Well, in Carlentini, we don't have a tourism as much developed as in Rome. Obviously, they have a tourism that goes back to the 20s maybe, when there was and then the 50s and the Americans coming for so many years. So in Sicily, Carlentini is a little center. So maybe going to Palermo and Catania, you will find
Right.
in an easier way people speaking English. Silvana, she was suggesting if we know in advance the names of the people coming, and Silvana, già lì ho tutta la lista della gente che viene. Molti di loro conoscono già i loro parenti, so we can work in advance finding other relatives, even if we already did a lot of researches here with Marianne, with Magnum, Fito, and so many. I mean, they are coming and they know exactly where to go. What is harder for me is the cemetery, because we don't have a map that has good conditions. So we have some difficulties in letting you go around with an excellent map, very well done, with the position of the graves. It will be harder to find all the graves of everybody. However, if there are alive relatives related to you, they know the position of the graves of their families. So this is the easiest way to go around. And that's why we are asking the help of the families coming.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, Nick.
Good to know.
Yeah, Jim.
For Felicia, I have her birthplace is in Calabria.
Okay. Not Catanzaro.
But I would not guarantee it. It's you know.
This is Calabria.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what that's.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Denette, Jim Beckman is our, we call him our mother tree. So he has worked for so many years, and now he has reached, I think, 60,000 people.
No.
40, you said last time more than 45.
I think it's around 24,000.
24,000, just
Yeah.
Carlentini. How come that you arrived in
with the
as far as
relations into
Calabria?
Carlentini, yeah.
Well, we have 17,000 people alive in the city, so you
Yeah.
have more in your family
My
tree.
goodness.
So
Oh my
I have a family
thousand,
tree for
let's say
Giuseppe.
1,000 people. So first research, we go to Jim tree. And then our James Bond, Nick Cimino, he goes like opening everything. And then newspapers, Ellis Island, and Ancestry.com, Family Search, Antonati. And then immediately, and then there is Dean coming with photocopies. I don't know where he puts them, but Dean has everybody as well. But he has another method. He has organized all the family trees, printing them. So he takes out folders.
I have a family record for Giuseppe and Antonina with her siblings and her great grandparents or the grandparents.
I'm.
We can hear
I'm
you.
trying to find that page again.
So, okay, I want to kind of move the discussion away from Danette's family tree for just a minute
There
here.
you go.
We need to let everyone know that we are going to go on hiatus, or we're going to take a little vacation for 2 weeks, because Eleonora and Sherry and so many of the rest of you are going to be pretty busy over the next couple of weeks. And so we are going to take a little break. And we will be back in business the first Tuesday of September. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah, actually, it's going to be September 6th.
okay.
Yeah.
And I will send an email out to everyone, but for those of you who are on the call today, I just wanted to give you an advance heads up that we're going to be doing that. We had at one point talked about trying to put something together for the Festa Italiana. I'm just thinking, you know, with everybody gone, and it may not be the best year for that. And it'd be nice. I would really like to try to come back for one of those at some point in time, but we shall see how the schedule goes for next year. Unless, Sherry, you have any thoughts that we could still pull this off, I'm thinking that maybe we ought to bag it and wait till next year.
I think we need to keep the momentum going. So if I know, Bob, you were coming over to my house pretty soon, and I know Steve Nebbia was too, to pick up a t-shirt. I've got t-shirts and I've got mugs, tumblers. So if anybody wants them, unless I have a grandbaby coming in a couple minutes, I'm available here at the house. But I think we need to do it. And I've got we've got a spot. Dr. Bolin Purdy has given us a table. I have a few brochures, but not many. The thing would be is if we could have Nick from Texas be on a Zoom call at the same time, or just within some certain periods, that would be great. But La Festa Italiana is, I think it's the last week of September, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if anybody has those dates or not.
I thought it was Labor Day weekend.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Labor Day weekend. And then they just need somebody from Mary Sophia, you probably know because you're probably working it. Do you mind telling us what time the Festa?
Well, it does start Friday of Labor Day weekend, and it's from 5 to 9 on Friday, 5 to 9 on, or 5 to 11. 5 to 11 on Saturday, and 12 to 11 on Sunday.
And it wouldn't need to be that long of a time. I just posted it so everybody knows the La Festa. La Festa is out on 132nd and Fort.
Right.
Great food, music. Mary will be there. Mary, you're selling t-shirts, right?
Right. Sally and I have charge of the t-shirt booth. And I talked to Dr. Terry, and I said that Nick Gibelisco wanted to put up a genealogy station, and he said it would be in that large room where people eat. It's not very quiet, but at least, you know, he could get some publicity for this whole thing.
When did you talk to Nick? Because he told me he didn't think he'd be able to, but if you've talked to him recently, that would be great.
Well, pardon?
I'll be there.
Are you setting up your computer and all?
I was going to.
Is that Gary? Okay.
I can be there Sunday.
And I've got it at my house, so let me write it down. So Gary, what days and times could you be there?
Ivana, stanno
there
parlando
Sunday all day.
della festa italiana che si terrà ogni
Sì,
anno a
l'ho
settembre.
capito.
Parlavamo l'anno scorso.
Ma noi che possiamo fare per questa festa?
Silvana, she's asking, what can we do for this festa italiana? Mandare dei video, ne parlavamo la volta scorsa, piuttosto che fare degli interventi su Zoom live. Ti ricordi l'anno scorso Sherry andò in giro e ci mostrò i padiglioni, però quest'anno lei sarà in Sicilia.
Mary, is the big
Sarà in
screen
Sicilia anche a
on
settembre?
at that time?
Lei sì, dopo il tour poi si trattiene un'altra settimana per stare con i suoi parenti.
Okay, the area where the big screen is where we eat. And in back of that area is where they sell pickles and lottery. And Nick Gibelisco will be in that area. It's not a private room like you had at St. Francis Cabrini. And it's
Eleonora, ma
basically,
se Sherry è qui, forse possiamo organizzare qualcosa insieme con lei.
So Sylvana, she's asking at that point, if Sherry is here or some of you is still here, we can organize something together. Maybe someone can call over there. So we're talking about Friday the 5th. No, which Friday, Saturday and Sunday are we talking about?
let me get the calendar, hold on. I just know it's Labor Day
Is
weekend.
the
so-
third, the second, the third and the 4th of September, La Festa
Yeah.
Italiana?
Quindi se,
It's the
se Sherry è a
second,
Carlentini, possiamo
second,
organizzare
third, and fourth.
qualcosa e ci mettiamo in
Ok.
collegamento, tipo per esempio al convento lì. Lo chiediamo al sindaco e ci dà qualcosa, magari facciamo delle performance di canto.
Il 2, si potrebbe fare il 2 perché tutto il gruppo parte di mattina da Taormina e poi Sherry deve rientrare a una prenotazione in hotel, quindi si potrebbe fare, ora vediamo, ora ne parliamo.
Se Sherry è qui, ci possiamo organizzare.
Sì,
So it kind of looks like Sunday's the best day for most people, and I would say that's kind of the only day that the people from Sicily could participate.
the second. Mhm.
Because Friday and Saturday, it just starts too late.
Right.
And then we have 7 hours of delay, let's say. So when we will be ready in the afternoon to get in contact with you, you are still waking up.
So we could set up a Zoom meeting for Sunday at noon. And we could just go ahead and open that up to whoever wants to come in via Zoom.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. So everybody can do it from our houses.
Mhm.
I wonder, yeah, maybe we can do a meeting the same time, like 9 p.m. for us and 2 p.m. for you, Sunday.
Would you want to, I was gonna open it up at noon and then I may just sort of come and go as during the
Oh, yeah,
day.
you're right.
And if you want to come on at 2 or whatever time, but I would just leave the meeting open the entire time for anybody who wants to join on Sunday.
I wonder, is the Festa Italiana like the festival in Omaha, the festival of Santa Lucia with the music, a concert, and food?
There's it's an indoor and outdoor venue. Outdoor, it's a huge picnic area with tables. There's booths all around the outside that are selling food, and there's a main stage with entertainment. Inside, there's a smaller stage for entertainment. There are cooking demonstrations, and people come and bring their food and eat in that big room. And it's all one large room. There's no partitions or anything. In the hallway, they serve all the pastries. We've made over 4,000 biscottis. We make cannolis, we make
4,000 biscotti.
I help make lots of cookies. So it's more of a eating celebration. There's no.
Silvana, hai capito cosa fanno alla Festa Italiana?
Fanno i biscotti, cannoli.
4.000 biscotti. 4.000 biscotti, ci sono dimostrazioni di cucina, ci sono aree dove si prepara il cibo, loro se lo prendono e se lo portano all'interno, oppure all'esterno l'area picnic, ci sono concerti. So interesting.
Allora, visto che è una festa italiana, che tipo di concerti fanno?
In that is an Italian festival. Is Jeremy playing?
Is what playing? Is what
Why
playing?
are you laughing?
Che cosa cantano? Le canzoni
Which kind of
italiane?
music do
Non
you
so, canzoni
play?
siciliane.
No, Silvana, I don't think they have Sicilian songs.
No.
Mary, is there something I can volunteer for?
There's a
Qualcuno
lot of
può fare da
a lot of
volontario
Frank
se vuole.
Sinatra, a lot of Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, and
Okay, Frank
the
Sinatra,
band
Dean
plays.
Martin.
Allora noi possiamo organizzare una cosa che da Carlentini vi facciamo sentire le canzoni siciliane.
See, we can make a video from Carlentini letting you listening to the Sicilian songs. This could be another interesting exchange, teaching you how to sing the most famous song of our folk.
So, Gary, I saw that you said that you could be there Sunday. Can you be there at noon on Sunday?
I'll be there at 10:30 for mass. Then I'll be there at noon.
Okay, so if we set your laptop up as a Zoom feed, would you be willing to do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. And one of the things
I
that,
don't know how the Wi-Fi is going to be.
well, that's a good question. Marianne, do you know if
It
there's
works.
Wi-Fi in the hall?
Yeah.
No, the hallway is far too crowded, far
The
too crowded with
problem
people.
is that it gets loud in that room. They have live music playing.
Yeah.
Gave me my money back.
Yeah, you're not going to have a quiet place.
Oh, really? Okay.
No. Well, Sherry, last year, didn't you set up your computer and how was it for you last year?
It worked. I walked around with it. That's when Eleonora met Emma Mueller. And she remembers that, Emma remembers that meeting. So I just walked around with my computer and introduced people to each other that way. Eleonora primarily because she's my
Yeah. Lei stava girando in giro con sto computer con la mia faccia dentro mentre mi faceva vedere il festival. E a un certo punto la signora si è avvicinata e ha detto: chi è questa nello schermo? E così Sherry mi ha presentato a Emma Mueller, cioè come se fossi là. Ogni tanto mi fanno sorridere questi nuovi incontri, perché poi me la ricordo, perché giustamente l'ho conosciuta.
Comunque possiamo organizzare bene la festa a Carlentini per corrispondere con loro. Magari chiamo qualche chitarrista, tipo Giacomo Garbeni se è libero. Ci organizziamo bene, Eleonora, vediamo.
Ci parli tu col sindaco? Perché io
sì, ci parlo io, non ti preoccupare.
L'ultima cosa mi ammazza.
Lavora con me.
Sì,
non penso. Se organizziamo tutto noi, a lui non gliene importa nulla di darci.
Sì, infatti, basta che gli impiattiamo il tutto pronto.
Basta che è tutto organizzato, figura Giuliano porta la presentazione.
Allora, loro dicono per la domenica, per domenica 4 settembre. So, Nick, at what time did you set up the meeting for Sunday 4th? At noon?
Well, I haven't set it up yet. I will.
You were just discussing.
I was just discussing it as that is something I would do, and I could probably be there for the first couple hours from noon to 2, and then I may be in and out after that.
So are you going to Omaha for that?
No, I'm just going to set up a Zoom meeting.
Oh, okay, I see. I think it's very important to promote those moments, even to let us know, seeing that when we came to Omaha, a lot of people here in Carlentini, they have followed every single moment that we shared. And for them, it was like to be there. We should continue in this way. So we are trying to do the same when all the people, they will be here. We will keep you updated. Starting from Palermo, we will go live on Facebook. It will be extra work for us because we need a person with the arm like this, hours. It doesn't matter what we're doing. They have to make videos everywhere we are. Sometimes we have to ask for permissions. So it won't be, so we have already 100 things to think about. We are adding this extra because people are following. And I think that this is the priorities, the first one. So if there is someone or a channel somehow, how to share La Festa Italiana in Carlentini, people, they have no idea that there is something like that going on. They don't even know La Festa Italiana in Omaha. They are not aware. So this is
so Marianne, is there anybody with the group that does a Facebook Live?
I'd have to ask Dr. Terry that. I know we're not filming during Festa in the past. We're
Mhm,
not doing that.
We need the millennials for that.
Yes.
mhm.
Yeah. Mhm, yeah.
I recruited one of my former students to be in the children's area for this year. But it would be good to have those people, start to do that, those kids, those younger
Mhm.
generation.
I millennials ci vogliono, sì.
Yep.
Che condividano tutto il tempo.
Il problema, sai qual è? Che forse al convento non c'è la connessione. Internet.
Ah, questo non lo
So,
so.
so I
Se no
saw
facciamo a
Dean
casa
in
mia.
the chat say he would
Lo
be
dobbiamo
there.
fare in qualche modo.
Danette, you asked if there was something you could do to help, and I see that Sherry says come and help with the booth. Is that
Correct.
something you can do?
I would love to.
Okay. So the table is actually going to be in a room with music going on. Is that right, Sherry?
That's correct. That's right.
Okay.
Okay, so if nothing else, we can just listen to the music that's going on. And
So always music, or is there some times when they're not playing?
There's times when they're not playing, Dean. Good point. Yeah, it's not all the time, so it would depend on the schedule. But a lot of times, there's talking or there's music going on.
so I'm looking at some of the other Omaha faces. Bob, are you going to be at the Festa?
Yeah, I may attend. I've never been there before. I think I was there once years ago when they were down on by the river.
Mhm.
But, yeah,
I have never been also. I've always been out of town during Labor Day weekend time. So I'm looking forward to going.
We need the inspiration from you to create a similar event over here called La Festa di Omaha, as we say in Italian. Or in dialect in Carlentini, they say La Festa di Omaha, like this. Omaha, they say Omaha.
La festa di Omaha.
Eleonora,
La Festa di Omaha. Why don't we
Eleanor.
do La Festa di Omaha? What do you want to do? La Festa di Omaha. What did you say? Festa di Omaha. Ok, La Festa di
Che
Omaha.
poi in siciliano Oma può significare un'altra cosa. Oma, la mamma.
Omaha.
So, okay, the next face I see is Mary Kay. Are you thinking about being there in person or via Zoom or not at all?
I don't know. I have something on Saturday. My mom's birthday's on Sunday, so I can't commit to a certain time, but I'll
Okay.
try to get there.
Poor Mary Kay,
The
come
Zoom,
on.
the Zoom will be open
Take
on
a
Sunday if
weekend.
you want to hop on at any time on Sunday.
Okay.
Okay, Sherry, are you planning to be there in person?
No, I'll be in Italy.
He will be in Sicily.
I'm
Oh,
gonna.
you'll still be in Sicily on Labor Day weekend.
Yep.
Till September 7th. So till
And-
September 4th.
Let's see, Jim Beckman, were you
No.
thinking of participating in any way? Or?
Hide yourself. They will look for you everywhere.
At the moment, as we speak, I don't have any plans to go there.
Okay, so perhaps via Zoom then?
Possibly.
Okay. Let's see, other Omaha names. Marianne, you're going to be there, right?
Yes, I will be in my booth.
Yeah, okay, and your booth is what again?
It's t-shirts and I'm at the other end of that big room.
What kind
Okay,
of t-shirts do you sell?
A variety of designs. We have one that says Pierce Street. We have one that gives all the businesses of Little Italy. We've got one that says Ciao. We've got one that says Got Cannoli. They're all very whimsical and very happy t-shirts.
very good. Okay, Meg, were you thinking of attending?
Well, I'm hoping that Lufthansa is going to get us back at midnight on Friday night. Fingers are crossed because they've canceled thousands and thousands of flights.
Oh, mercy.
Oh, yeah. So haven't heard anything yet that our flights are canceled, but And so on Sunday, I'm not sure. I think we have a family gathering, so I don't know that I can't promise anything.
Okay, so the next face I see is Mary Ann Mangiamelli Webster, but I need to relabel you, Mary Ann.
I didn't get a Zoom invite this time.
Oh.
So,
Mary Ann Mangiamelli Webster. Okay.
yeah,
Change. Okay, so
I'll just be getting back on, well, like Meg said, depending on if the flights get back on time or not.
okay, so
And,
you guys are on the same flight?
yes,
Okay.
yeah. And
Kimberly, I assume you're not going to be in Omaha that weekend? Kim? I don't know if she can hear me.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
No, I won't be there. My husband has to have a procedure for a lower brain stem aneurysm.
Ooh.
So he's going to be recovering, and that gets pretty close to about when he will be out of the hospital. So I'll be home.
Okay, so the other Omaha people I see are Monica and Chris. Monica, were you thinking of participating at all?
I was not planning on going there.
What about on Zoom? Would you be willing to participate at all on Zoom?
What day was that again?
That Sunday afternoon, we'll start at noon and then we'll just run until my computer dies.
I might be able to pop in then, yes.
Okay. And Jeremy's in Houston, so I don't think he's going to be there. Oh, Chris Mangano, when are you coming back from Sicily?
We won't be back till late Sunday night, about around midnight.
Okay.
It's gonna be a long trip going back home.
Okay.
E allora volevo chiedere a Chris se lei vuole vedere Santo Sapienza in questa occasione.
Santo Sapienza?
Sì, il suo parente, quello che abbiamo
Sì,
trovato.
Silvana, she's asking Chris, do you want to meet Santo Sapienza during your visit in Carlentini?
Yes, we do. I had messaged him, I think it was yesterday.
Ah, quindi si sono già sentiti da di loro. Perfetto. Ok.
Sì, loro hanno parlato, sì.
Quindi si vedranno, hanno già deciso dove incontrarsi.
So did you already manage a meeting? Are you already meeting each other?
No, I have not set anything up.
Non hanno ancora fatto un meeting ufficiale, diciamo, ne sono messi proprio d'accordo.
Va bene, allora lo diamo io e gli parlo, vediamo che mi dice. Loro quando ci sono a Carlentini per incontrare i parenti? Il venerdì?
Il primo incontro ufficiale è sabato mattina alle 12 alla villa e poi domenica sempre a partire dalle 12 fino alle 6 del pomeriggio. Sia sabato che domenica, dalle 12 alle 6 sono liberi.
Ah, il sabato e la domenica, vabbè, adesso ne parlo con tanto, vediamo che ne pensa lui. Okay.
So I've been trying to set up a meeting between Joe Chalin and Salvatore Sesto. And Salvatore just told me that his family is at Bahia
del Gambero.
Di Gambero, sì.
Baia del Gambero.
Ah sì, li conosco questi.
Because Silvana knows them. As always. She's our alive Facebook.
But I think he was a little confused because I was telling him that when we were there, we stayed at Agnoni Bagni.
Questa è Baia del Gambero, sì.
And he says, "Oh, great! That's close. Well, just tell us when you want to meet." So I don't know what's going on with Joe. He hasn't responded to any of the Facebook messages. between us. I created a little group of the three of us. And I don't know if anybody talks to Joe, but yeah, Salvatore gave his phone number.
Allora, questo Sesto è parente di Rita Battaglia, cioè la moglie di questo cantatore Sesto è una cugina
So
di Rita
this
Battaglia.
this
Per questo
Sesto
conosco.
is a relative of Rita Battaglia, who is a teacher in the elementary school. That's why Silvana knows them.
No, li conoscevo anche da prima comunque.
And even before working in the school.
È capitato che siamo stati da amici insieme a giocare a carte per Natale, sai, queste cose qua.
So.
Oh, thank you, Nick.
I'm going to go back to this in just a minute, but I just wanted to.
Okay, before ending up our meeting, I would like to share with you our itinerary, if you don't mind.
Okay, so Joe and Salvatore, I asked Salvatore, and he says, in the summer, we reside at the sea at Gambero Bay.
Gambero.
If Joe Chalin wants to contact me, he can telephone me. Hopefully, I don't know if Joe will have access to a phone.
Infatti è la persona che conosco io, sto vedendo la foto.
What'd you say? Eleonora, are you frozen or?
No, I'm here. I'm sorry. I was talking with Sherry in the meanwhile, who is writing me.
Okay. Do you know what?
Sherry, don't distract me anymore.
Sylvana,
a Carlentino lo chiamavo
Sylvana
Turi,
saying about this phone number?
Turi sei.
So it looks like a Baia di Gambero close to Augusta. Well,
No,
you know,
Baia del Gambero è vicino alla casa mia in Campania.
Exactly. Carlentini is very close to the beach. So if you will go norther than Carlentini, you have the sand. Is the big beach that goes as far as Catania, called La Playa. That starts with Agnone. We can go on Google Earth. That's interesting, actually, to know how the beaches they look like in Carlentini. And then there is the southern part of Carlentini. If you go southern towards Augusta, Brucoli, is a complicated system of little calette and nice. We say in Italian insenature, like the Gulf is like this, and then we have the rocks, and there are like secret passage to go as far as the beach. You can jump in the water. When I was a child, my uncles, they loved to go to that area to fish sea orsins, and they used to eat them with the bread on the beach, and octopus as well.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make sure that Joe had this phone number, so I guess I'll just call him or something to make sure he understands. Okay, so let's go
and then the last thing to know is that at Baia del Gambero there are very beautiful, fancy, expensive villas. That's it. Yeah, it's a very wealthy area. So
Okay,
this is our itinerary. So for those who are interested to come to Sicily, our both groups, Sherry's group and the Teresa's group, they are referring here in Sicily to this little tour operator made by those two guys who are super funny and polite and careful and attentive to every single detail. Their name is Gianca and Rosella, and you can find them online on Facebook. They have a beautiful page called The Best Things to Do in Sicily, and this is the itinerary that they set up for us. The first day, all the people, they will arrive in Palermo, and then we will start the next day visiting the beautiful Church of Monreale. That is the biggest church in Italy for mosaics in gold, second to Santa Sofia in Istanbul, and all over the world. So there are beautiful mosaics in gold over there, and then we have a dinner in a noble palazzo where the family still lives. And then the next day we will go to Erice, that is on the west. Making a long shorter is the only medieval little village that still survives in Sicily. Very picturesque and charming, with those little narrow streets going back to the 12th century. And then we will completely change topic in the same day. We go from the Middle Age to the Greeks, because we will go to see the archaeological park of Segesta, where there is a beautiful Greek theater. And then we go back to Palermo. The next day, Cefalù is a little village, always going back to the Middle Age, but that's close to the beach. So it's very picturesque. We will have lunch over there as well. We will visit the main church, the main square, and we will leave Cefalù to go straight to Carlentini. There is the freeway, so Sicily is a big island. The maximum that we will drive is going to be almost 3 hours to go from Cefalù as far as Carlentini. First of all, because we have to stop, and secondly, because with big buses, you cannot drive more faster than 100 kilometers per hour. So I don't know how much is going to be in miles. And then we will spend the 26th, 27th, and 28th, and 29th in Carlentini. Basically, the 26th will be the first welcome in Carlentini. We will have the mayor's daughter visiting the room of the mayor Stefio. Officially, we'll take a nice picture. That is the let's say, memorable moment of the group arriving. The next day, the 28th, we will have the morning dedicated to the cemetery, and then we have activities in Carlentini, like a little itinerary. We will walk around, and then we will end up our tour in the villa. At the Villa Belvedere, we will have a granita, and all the relatives coming to pick the people up. Some of the people of the group, they go back to the hotel just relaxing and enjoying the swimming pool. Others, they will spend the afternoon with the relatives. And then that afternoon we will go, Saturday was, we will go to the park close to the Villa Belvedere for the inauguration of this new park that has been made by the mayor recently. And we will dedicate it to Omaha. So it will be the first time that in Carlentini we will have a part of the city called with the name of Omaha. So far there isn't a square, a street, even a balcony dedicated to Omaha. So the mayor made this new park, and it will be the Park of Omaha. So we will have the official inauguration. After that, aperitivo at Bar Derby, and the festival in the square. Carmelita will sing. We will have music Saturday night. Sunday morning, there is the procession, the Holy Mass, and everything. And then again, afternoon at our leisure. And then in the evening, we will go to Borgorizza. Those are some pictures of Rosella and Gianca and our typical food from Sicily, the sfincione and carbonata. And then this will be Sunday. Monday, we will leave Carlentini to discover the southern part of Sicily, going to Modica, Ragusa, and Noto. In this moment, there is a Madonna in Noto. So everything is completely booked, sold out. We cannot go here, we cannot go there, because the star has decided to have her birthday here in Noto. So everybody's getting crazy because they wanted to meet Madonna. And they go, there are waves, Madonna mia, waves of visitors in Noto just to have the chance to meet her. But obviously she's in her private villa, so she will never go around. But in Noto, I think we will meet the mayor that day as well. I wanted to put the expectations too high, but we'll see. And then the next day we have dedicated to Catania in the morning, Ortigia in the afternoon, so Syracuse. And then the next day again, we will move, we go to Taormina, and along the way we will stop to the Etna volcano. We will have a wine tour because, as you know, Etna area is an excellent area for wines. And then we will spend the 2 last days in Taormina, that is considered the pearl of the Mediterranean Sea, beautiful city. So this is a program made. Yeah, this program is made in 11 days. There are some parts missing, like the temples of Agrigento, the Villa Romana del Casale. So with Rosellengianca, according to the needs of the travelers, they can adapt a tour having the base touching the most important monuments, and then extra days to be dedicated for the let's say home towns, because of the majority of the guests of Rosellengianca are Italo Americans, Canadian, Italo-Canadian. So they come on purpose to look for their ancestors. So that's why I cooperate with them. I work especially just with them with the tours of Sicily. So they're specialized on this kind of guest, and they always have excellent solutions to reach the little villages and the places where usually we don't go with the regular tours, like Carlentini is not a touristical place at all. But thanks to them, we are obtaining the right drivers, able to drive in the little streets in Carlentini.
Vuole dire qualcosa? Ha alzato la mano.
And so on. Yeah, I don't see you. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So, are you still working with Overseas Adventure Travel?
Yeah, for as a local guide. So I don't have tours with them. I don't lead tours with Overseas. My job is with Overseas is I go to Ragusa every morning at 9 a.m. till 11:30 a.m. So I lead them in Ragusa, Ibla, and that's it. So now it has been 7 years that I haven't done tours, but I'm super happy to go back on the road as I used to for 15 years almost. So I'm super excited.
Allora gli volevo chiedere una cosa, ma quando sono a Carlentini alloggiano tutti alla Badiula?
No.
Perché sono tanti, voglio dire.
Sylvania, she's asking when they will be in Carlentini. Are all of them at the Agriturismo Badiula? That is beautiful. And actually today I discovered, I figured out that they received an important prize as the best Agriturismo of Italy 2022. I can send to you, Nick, some pictures. So the big group, Sherry's group, will be at the Badiula. Quindi il gruppo di Sherry sarà alla Badiula.
Perché appunto vi chiedevo troppe persone, perché lì non ci vanno.
Sì.
Badiula
They have, sì. Invece ci saranno Mike Di Giacomo, sua moglie, and his wife, Carmelita and friends, and the band, and David Randall. They will be at the Agriturismo Roccadia. That is beautiful too. See? And then there is the group of Teresa. They preferred to stay at the Ortigia. They are in Syracuse. Sì.
Quindi poi la sera vanno lì. Quello che è più vicino
they
è
have
comunque
to drive. Sì, esatto,
Roccadia è il più vicino.
They have to drive 1 hour going back and forward.
Insomma, venire a Carlentini è un po' antipatico.
Sì. While we will be 10 minutes far from Carlentini. Now, in this agriturismo, they have a farm, so they garden all year long. We can have activities in the countryside. So in the winter time, there are people going there harvesting the lemons and the oranges. October is the moment for the olives. And then September is gonna be prickly pears, while the summertime is the garden, tomatoes, eggplants. They have the animals as well. So they give lessons to the kids, teaching them from where the milk arrives and then the eggs. They prepare the breakfast together. So they have programs for the kids. I went this morning to talk with them. I shared a video just in our little chat with the group. And they have even cooking classes for the adults, and all the products made in the agriturismo, we call them kilometer zero, so are made in the area of the agriturismo or inside the agriturismo.
Eleonora, io queste famiglie di Giorgio la conosco da tantissimi anni, perché quando io ero piccola questi qua avevano questo terreno che allora non era nulla, non era un agriturismo, e ci coltivavano le angurie. Io mi ricordo da piccola, perché mio papà aveva il terreno molto vicino a questi qua e loro hanno comprato l'acqua del pozzo di mio papà. Tu pensa che lì ancora
Oh, what a
l'acqua
story,
del
Silvana.
pozzo di mio padre.
She's saying, I know them since I have known them since I was a child, because my father owned a piece of land very close by. And when I was a child, they used to grow watermelons. So the family Di Giorgio today owns this agriturismo, and they opened in the 2005. At the beginning, they had just one room where they made the restaurant and in the kitchen, and just 8 rooms. Today, they have 33 rooms, so they can host a maximum 90 people.
Uno di questi signori, proprietari si chiama Roberto Di Giorgio.
Sì, e oggi ho parlato con Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, però poi ci sono i nipoti ormai.
Sì.
E mio marito si chiama Roberto Giorgio, senza D. E questo signore qua riceve un sacco di telefonate da rappresentanti.
Silvana, she's saying that the owner, his name is Roberto Di Giorgio, while Silvana's husband is Roberto Giorgio. So a lot of people trying to reach Roberto Giorgio, Silvana's husband, they call him per mistake. So they are still in contact, let's say. So it's a beautiful place where to stay. Patrick Campagna's family with Rose Campagna, I don't know if some of you know them. They came last October. They spent 1 week over there. They had fun as well. And they visit even Roccadia, that is excellent too. So in Carlentini, we don't have big fancy hotels like in Taormina, because we are too close to Catania, too close to Siracusa. And in those big cities, there are beautiful luxury hotels. So people without any connections with Carlentini, they prefer to go to Siracusa or Catania to sleep, obviously. And then even Taormina is pretty famous. However, we are right in the middle, 20 minutes far from Catania, 40 minutes far from Siracusa. And they are opening next year a golf resort, 5 stars, close to the beach. So we hope that one day tourism will arrive even in Carlentini as in Siracusa and Catania as well.
Eleonora, was Omaha what you expected it would be?
Well, Omaha for us is our vital lymph, because you're giving us today a hope. Because nobody, as we have never had a big group of 100 people visiting simultaneously Carlentini, and all the hotels are fully booked, because Santa Lucia Festival is the moment when all the people, they come back home on purpose to visit the family, to stay with the family from Milan, from all over, like in the United States. So for Omaha, people living in Texas or wherever, they come back home to visit the family and see the festival of Santa Lucia. But those people, they don't go to book a room in a hotel. Usually they go to sleep in their relatives because they have the aunt, the uncle, the second house in the countryside, the house on the beach that is closed the whole year. So they come, they know exactly where to go. Or maybe they left a house that is empty waiting for them. So the tourism made by the people who are immigrants from Carlentini who left, coming back in August, is not a tourism that let the money going around, let's say. While if you will go, they will never ask for a postcard or a gadget reminding Carlentini, because they come from there. They come every year. So our goal is to move our attention into a different type of tourism made by people coming for genealogical reasons, obtaining dual citizenships, because Carlentini classifies is smaller than 20,000 people. So if you wanted to have the dual citizenship, you can come to Italy and spend from 6 months as high as 1 year in a village that has to be smaller than 20,000 people. And then we are focusing on the students and summer schools and people coming for weeks. And thanks to that, a lot of other roles and positions are opening back again. So now we are involving the youngest generation speaking in English, teaching them the itinerary inside Carlentini. We need the drivers, we need the taxi. Carmelita family, they rent, for example, so many cars. So if we have companies in Carlentini renting cars, we are giving them the priority. They are seeing the opportunity. And this is important for us.
Eleonora, ma Carlentini potrebbe diventare una città importante come Siracusa se portano avanti gli scavi archeologici, perché la nostra zona archeologica non ha nulla da invidiare a Siracusa o a
And then
Agrigento.
our last chance is really the archaeological area, because if we find something that is very, very important, we can become as famous as Agrigento or Siracusa. So this is another opportunity that we have.
È un sogno che dura da anni, ma ancora
It's a
non si
dream.
realizza.
Yeah, it's a dream that keeps going. It has been years now, and we hope to have the chance to let the economy changing a little bit.
Were you
Thanks to you as
surprised?
well.
Were you surprised at how many Italians are in Omaha?
I was shocked. Because I said that's home. Why we don't have, I mean, recognition is very important. And I saw in your eyes that light, that means we had so many struggles, so many difficulties, but now we are here having a good life, but we are family, we are part of it. We don't want it to be forget. So is the affection that I received that really surprised me so much. When we, as a Sicilian, we go to Milan or north of Italy, I don't know why people in north of Italy, they look at us with a sense of superiority, as if there is a vertical line saying, a hierarchy saying, I'm better than you. Coming to Omaha, I felt this line, horizontal. We were all different but equals. And it's something that in Italy, we don't have. They listen to our accent, they tease on you. They go like,
Purtroppo, Eleonora, questo dipende dal fatto che l'Italia è nata male. perché anche da questo fatto che l'Italia è nata male è scaturita tutta l'emigrazione dei meridionali, perché guarda caso, gli
Italy was
emigrati
made in a bad way. Was the
sono
process
tutti
all
meridionali.
wrong at the beginning, and today, what we are today is the final result of all the mistakes that they made at the beginning when there was the unification. Silvana
Perché
is saying.
in effetti il meridione dall'unità d'Italia ha avuto solo cose negative. Che le fabbriche erano qui, le hanno portate al nord. Poi l'esercito piemontese si è comportato malissimo con i meridionali. E da
Yeah.
allora la questione meridionale non si è mai risolta.
Yeah, the South became a problem, and so far we haven't found a solution to this huge difference between North and South. So when I came to Omaha, I was I felt first of all at home. I felt in a community that I felt being part of a community that respects the Italian origins, that is proud of being Italian.
Oh, yeah.
Tu pensa che il fratello di mia nonna partì a Omaha nel 1910 e mia nonna l'ha sentito per alcuni anni e poi ha perso completamente le sue tracce. Quindi nel suo cuore c'era sempre questa mancanza del fratello, questa nostalgia di un fratello che
Silvana's grandmother, her brother left in 1910, going from Carlentini to Omaha. And then the first years, her grandma used to write to her brother. He used to answer again. They had contact. And then at one point, this brother disappeared. And for her entire life, her grandma had this sense of something missing in her heart. Melancholy, she was sad.
No, la morte.
Melancholy.
Poi ho scoperto di avere un sacco di cugini, ma dopo.
And then Silvana discovered to have bunches of cousins in Omaha. Plenty of cousins.
Did the cemetery kind of overwhelm you with how many names that you recognized?
Oh, Mary Kay sta chiedendo se nel cimitero c'erano tanti nomi che io ho riconosciuto. I found 4 or 5 just of my family.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm telling you, how this story is changing my everyday life. Yesterday I was talking with my aunt. I found some pictures at home in her house, and then there was one that I didn't know. And then I said, "Aunt, do you know who is this guy?" And then she said, "Of course, he is my grandfather." So I was like, there is this piece missing in my head. I have never seen his face. And then she started telling me his story. And I know his name, and I recognize those names inside the cemetery. Okay. And now that I know more about my ancestors, when I talk with my mom and with my aunt, it seems that I feel closer to them because I have more topics in common, because they still remember their grandparents. And yesterday, my mom told me about the story of her grandmother. And I was like, I have 3 or 4 pictures of her because I made my researchers, and she has none. So I was like, Mom, I will give it to you. And she was like, how do you have those things? Because I keep going, opening the drawers everywhere I go. So I think that this adventure is changing my own life as well. As everybody here, I think so. What is happening to me, maybe it's happening to you as well. I feel more connected with you, and I feel more connections with my family because I know it better.
Mm-hmm.
Sai io come ho trovato i miei parenti in America?
She's saying, do you know how did I find my relatives in the United
States? Mi ha aiutato, per prima cosa mi ha aiutato Nick perché mi ha trovato.
First of all, Nick helped me, our James Bond.
Poi secondariamente io avevo una foto di mia nonna, cioè del fratello di mia nonna quando si è sposato.
And then she had a picture of the brother of her grandma the day when he gets married
Allora, ho messo queste foto su Memory of Little Italy sul gruppo.
So I put this picture on Memories of Little Italy.
E allora Sherry mi ha detto, ah, questo era tuo noto zio. A un certo punto c'è stata una signora che ha detto a Sherry, ma dove l'hai presa questa foto?
And then a lady said to Sherry, who made a comment to this picture, another lady said to Sherry, where did you take this picture?
E Sherry ha detto, devi chiederlo a Silvana perché l'ha messa lei.
And then
Perché?
Sherry said, you have to ask to Sylvana.
E allora, praticamente questa signora aveva visto questa foto nella casa della suocera.
So this lady saw this picture in her mother-in-law's house, and she recognized this picture.
E questa sua suocera praticamente era la cugina di mio padre.
And this mother-in-law is the cousin of my grandma. So the cousin of your father. Okay, because it's the newest generation. So they get connected.
Di mio padre, che aveva lo stesso identico nome di mia nonna, nome e cognome.
With the same name of her grandma.
Poi questa signora è venuta a Carlentini e io l'ho ospitata.
And then this lady came to Carlentini, she met her, and they are still in touch.
L'ho ospitata a casa mia. In my house.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I just looked it up again, and Sylvania and I are fourth cousins once removed.
Fourth cousins?
Fourth cousins,
Yeah.
one removed.
And we're
We
fifth
go
cousin.
back.
Allora, Silvana, tu sei quinta cugina con Mary Kay e quarta cugina con Jim.
Pure. Non lo
Sì,
sapevo.
l'ha scoperto Jim.
Ma come siamo qua?
Luckily you have a big house, Silvana, so we can host everybody. And above all, we are lucky because she's able to make a
Ho
kuduruni.
capito perché siamo cugini, perché voglio venire a casa mia. Mi fa piacere.
No, io l'ho
No,
tirata
no.
fuori la
Sì,
storia
ho
della
capito.
casa.
Lo so. No, ma degli amici di Merit sono stati a casa mia, però ormai la casa io non la affitto più perché si sta abitando Erika, quindi.
Ok.
Yeah, we actually
Now-
come up through
Io
the
vorrei capire
Turcos.
com'è con Jim che siamo parenti, perché con Mary l'ho
So,
capito.
Silvana
perché mi ha
wants to
mandato
know
lei.
how come that you are relatives, Jim.
Well, it goes back on her side, it goes back to Lucia Turco.
Ah, quindi da parte turco, da parte di mio nonno.
And then her mother was
Dean.
Lucia Castro.
Ah, Lucia Castro.
La mia bisnonna si chiamava Lucia Turco, è stata la mamma di mio nonno. E abbiamo scoperto di avere, anche perché i turco a Carlentini, bene o male, sono tutti parenti. So che per
Dean ha
esempio
detto che da
Mary Kay-
quando sua mamma è morta non ha mai più mangiato i cuduruni. So Dean, first of all, if you go to
Peccato, se venite a Carlentini, quasi quasi li farei quando
secondly,
vengono loro a
if you come to
Carlentini.
Carlentini, Silvana, she will make a kuduruni for you. Third option, next time that I come to Omaha, I will make one for you. I
Se
have
vogliono, quando vengono qua, però non hanno
before-
tempo di venire a casa mia, che io li
lo
inviterei
so.
più.
When you,
Però
Silvana,
il
she's
tempo è troppo
complaining.
poco.
She's saying, when you will be in Carlentini, I know that you won't have time to come in my house. Because you always rush.
Troppo poco tempo.
So you won't have enough time to come in my house and cook the kudruni together. So you have to calculate one more day for Silvana's experience. One more day.
One extra day.
Ci voleva
An
anche
extra
mezzo
day.
giornale, non bastava.
Even
Bastava
half
anche mezzo
extra
giornale.
day.
Ma se Sherry rimane, qualcosa la faremo.
Sì.
Poi ci mettiamo d'accordo.
Nick, can I share with the small amount of group that we have here what's going on during the 2 weeks while we are taking this break, what we thought about the new topics and the membership?
Sure.
So even if I will be busy with the group, with Nick, we prepared some topics about the culture. We already wrote like 12 interesting topics about Carlentini. Some of them are the archaeological area, we will send them to you, so you will be aware about what we are going to talk about. We will try to give more structure to our meetings, like people's life in Carlentini, typical houses in Carlentini, in the architecture, all the pictures of Carlentini, and nicer pictures of the city as it is today, so we will know it a little bit better. The archaeological park, the Church of San Sebastiano, the Mother Church, the countryside of Carlentini. I bought the book that the teacher, Frank Nigro, suggests us. And then obviously there is the idea to share other topics that you are interested to. Could be the story of a family, could be the interview of a person who will share the story of his life with the pictures as Frank did, as some of you did the first time that you joined us, because recording those meetings, one day we can have access in an easier way to the interviews as well, transforming them maybe in a book. So who knows? In years we can collect plenty of material. We can share recipes. So we can talk about other places, not just Carlentini. We can open ourselves into Lentini and other cities, as we did sometimes with, I don't know, Sortino or Francofonte. We talked about Umbria, Calabria. Every time there is someone who comes from somewhere else, we like to dedicate 5 minutes, but knowing it in advance maybe, and managing the hosts in a better way. We wanted to give a better structure, trying to stay inside the 90 minutes as well. And then the membership card, the memberships application, so that would be annual. We thought about $35 for a single person, $45 for a couple in a family. And obviously, we are trying to add more services, because starting to create a group, we have to discuss as well how we wanted to use those money. So we can work together and help with genealogical researches, obviously paying the professionals to go to scan the registers, or anytime we were blocked because there was something to be paid or someone, or we can say, hey, we have that amount. Obviously, Nick and Sherry, they will help. They will have access to our bank account. They will know exactly how much we have. It's going to be something thought to grow, hoping that in the future, if we will have more members, maybe we can help even kids coming, paying them their flight tickets, and cooperate with the Sicula Italia Foundation. So I don't know what you think about it.
Oh, that sounds good. So,
okay, so we will send you an email. So at that point with Nick, we will decide because Nick was saying to use August and September to add all the members, and then little by little share the emails, etc., because I will be around until September 2nd. So I asked to my sister as well to prepare the application as well. So we will try to give more voice to the association that is obviously cooperating with the Sicula Italia Foundation. So one of the topics will be how can we use the money according to the goals. So I want everybody being involved in those choices, obviously. And that's it. So we will involve people in Carlentini as well. So I'm translating in Italian. So I think that will be one of the first international associations having members from Carlentini and Omaha, and cooperating with the two foundations, because now the mayor here in Carlentini is is preparing a foundation to be able next year to host and pay the artists coming, including maybe Jeremy or the musicians and the mural and all the other activities going on. Just writing the email, I realized that we have 25 points in our program. I hope to reach at least 3 of them. We start little by little. We have a lot of meat in the fire, so we needed to focus on priorities, and little by little other activities, they will be added. And it's a big family growing, super happy.
Yeah.
Leonora, ti volevo chiedere una cosa, per quanto riguarda la festa italiana, come siamo rimasti? Cioè, ci sarà
So
la
Silvana,
possibilità di
she's
fare un
asking, so what
collegamento con
about the
loro?
Festa Italiana
In quale
finally?
giorno? Cosa dobbiamo
Which day
fare?
are you meeting and at what time are we meeting?
I will put a Zoom together for Sunday it'll start at noon.
Quindi il 4, domenica 4
Central
settembre.
time.
Jeremy is playing. Huh?
And
working.
Are you?
Totally.
We listen to you. Allora Silvana ha detto domenica a mezzogiorno.
Per loro. Per noi invece sono le 7 di sera.
12, l'1, le 2, le
No,
3, le 4, le 5, le 6,
le 9,
le
le
7.
9, le 9, le 9.
No, le 7. Le 19.
Le 19. Per noi sarebbero le 19. Quindi dobbiamo pensare di organizzare qualcosa per il giorno 4 alle ore 19.
Sì.
Ok.
Sunday 4th at 7 p.m. for us. Sì.
Questo giorno c'è anche Sherry a Carlentini?
No, lei quel giorno sarà o in viaggio o in un hotel a rilassarsi, non lo so.
Ok, ho capito.
Perché per lei sarà mezzogiorno. Scusami, per lei saranno le 7 di sera come noi, sì.
Come no, se qui saranno le 7 di sera.
Ora vediamo,
poi gliene parliamo, va bene, ok.
Jeremy, do you want to play something for us? I know he's working. Come on, we want to bother you. Okay, sorry.
No, I just want to take up everything. I'm working on an arrangement of a piece for I'm doing a big concert coming up soon with a pianist and another guitarist and my girlfriend who's also a singer, and we're doing Manuel de Falla, música de Manuel de Falla, and I'm doing arrangements. I'm arranging all of the music. It's originally for orchestra, and I'm doing it for 2 guitars, piano, and voice.
Piccolo pezzettino.
When I say I can play a little bit of this song, this is a short. I'll just play a little bit of it. This is a really beautiful song. It's called Círculo Mágico, which is the magic circle. That's what I was working on right now. I was just working
Circle of Life? No.
Mágico. Canción bonito. It's like a really beautiful song. I'll just play a little bit of it. And it goes on from there. It's just a beautiful little melody.
Nice.
Very nice.
It's like a lullaby. It's beautiful.
In the story, it's a beautiful story. It's a ghost story actually. So this woman is married to this man who is unfaithful, and he dies.
Is it a true story or is it a legend?
He dies, and he haunts his wife, his ex-wife, and the ex-wife is ready to move on with her life. And so this song here is where she falls in love with someone else who happens to be named Carmelo. She falls in love with this young man, and then she decides that she's going to meet with a witch, una bruja, that's going to help her get rid of her ghost ex-husband. And so what she does is she attaches it, she calls his mistress over every night. The husband comes and dances with her. So the witch gives her a spell to call the ghost out and she calls his mistress over, and she says, here, you guys get together and go leave me alone. And that's what she does. She attaches her ghost ex-husband to
Non ho
the
capito, Eleonora.
Ora te lo traduco subito. È la storia di un amore che in Messico questa donna è sposata con quest'uomo che è infedele. Allora ho detto, ma è una storia vera o una leggenda? E si sono messi tutti a ridere. E allora lui è infedele e a un certo punto lei si rivolge a una strega per poterlo dimenticare, perché ogni notte il fantasma di suo marito viene per ballare con lei e lei non riesce più ad andare avanti. E allora a un certo punto poi finalmente la strega la libera e lei si innamora di qualcun altro, e quindi poi la parte finale in cui la strega dice adesso lasciatemi in pace, fatti la tua strada, non mi disturbare più. Sometimes we bother witches for very little
Bella
things.
storia. Sì, si vede che è una storia tipica dell'America un po' centrale.
Sì, tipical story of
tipica di,
Central America.
non so se hai letto 100 anni di solitudine.
100 years of loneliness.
L'hai letto,
Jeremy? Sì, anni fa.
100 años de solitud, de soledad, 100 años de
È
soledad.
bellissimo, questo libro è bellissimo e cioè, quello che hai detto tu ricorda un po' le scene di questo libro, perché parla di
And it's a beautiful
maghi,
book that reminds a lot of the topic of this song.
Sí, muy interesante ese libro también, pero ese cuento viene de España. Bueno, eso no son porque la música viene de Manuel de Falla en España, de
sì.
1900.
Garcia Marquez è spagnolo, cioè non è spagnolo, però era di origine spagnola. Ma questo libro, quando io ho letto questo libro, mi ha colpito molto perché c'è molto della cultura siciliana in questo libro.
In this
Delle
book,
cose che mi
there is a
raccontava mia
lot
nonna quando ero piccola.
about the Sicilian culture, all the things that my grandma used to tell me. Little cat come.
Marquez es el escritor, right? Es el autor.
Sì, sì. Gabriel
Garcia Marquez.
Sí. Garcia.
Like you.
Maybe you're related.
Un libro veramente, io l'ho letto 2 volte e l'ho riascoltato anche su YouTube, bellissimo.
Silvana, she read it 3 times, we can say.
Perché molto.
Okay, so this will be our last meeting till we will meet in a couple of days. Huh? Some of you, Meg, Marianne, are you ready?
I'm excited.
Chris? Okay. So, Nick?
So I was wondering, is Salvo Palmieri going to run around doing Facebook Live?
He will be around,
down?
but he wants to be with us from the really beginning. He told me today, like, forget it. I was like, okay. He will be in Carlentini preparing everything for us.
Okay.
I have a question for Marianne. Is there going to be an outlet to plug in your laptop?
You know, we'd have to check with Dr. Terry about that. I know nothing about the hookup out there.
Bring your extension cords.
Yeah, bring extension cords and yeah, whatever we can bring.
Looks like Gary's already left, but yeah, Dean, if you can bring in an extension cord and a laptop, that'd be great.
Okay.
So have fun at la Festa Italiana. It's not la fiesta, la Festa Italiana. And
Okay,
we will
so
share with you as much as we can.
I put a link in the chat log for the meeting for Festa Italiana if people want to sign up for that. And I'll also send that same link out to everyone via email, but just wanted to let you know that I'd already created the meeting. It starts at noon on September 4th.
Ok.
Ok, ne parlerò con la moglie del
I'll put it in my notes.
Domani ne parlo con la moglie del sindaco.
So it would be, but 7 p.m.
E vediamo di organizzare la festa.
Alla 7
So
Alla
Nick,
Italiana.
della notte.
Nick, if
Da noi sono le 7 di sera.
we can just jump in on the Zoom meeting on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, yeah. If you register in advance, then you will get a reminder with a link to
Okay.
jump in. But you'll need to go to that link that's in the chat log or that you get in your email.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Mhm.
Eleonora,
yes.
I was wondering what the temperature is out there.
Well, it depends. Today in my mom's house, so in Carlentini Center, there were 38. So let me see in Fahrenheit, how many are they? So in this moment, no, let me see Carlentini. So Carlentini usually is a little bit hotter than Ragusa, where I live. So for example, now in Carlentini we have 84, while in Modica we have 79.
So
But the good thing is that we can
38 in Fahrenheit is 100 degrees.
Oggi a mezzogiorno, quando sono
yeah.
mezzogiorno, alle 2, quando
Yeah,
sono
today there was
ufficio,
there were more than 100.
più di, cioè saranno stato 40 gradi.
Yeah. So it depends because in Carlentini there is always a nice breeze coming, and we don't need air conditioning that much. Obviously, we stay at home in the worst part of the day, but we will have air conditioning in the bus. So when we will move by bus, we will enjoy the air conditioning, and then we will enjoy staying outside in the evening because we don't have so many mosquitoes, and we can enjoy the nice breeze coming in the evening.
It's a low
So-
or high humidity.
So
I will give you tips. We have just to drink water and be protected with hats. Omaha was hotter than Carlentini when I came.
Sì, c'era più caldo, ma
I
Very
can tell
hot.
you.
Very
è
hot.
vero?
Era
Ah,
come un asciugacapelli, air dryer, go
ho capito, c'era un'aria.
it was like,
Oggi a quest'ora
And-
qua ci sono 28 gradi.
vedi, bellissimo. Yeah.
Poi c'è un po' di venticello.
All right. So guys, see you soon. We will go live on Facebook. I think my page or the page of Carlentini Omaha Association, I will see who will be the one who will accept to be in charge. We will give them the access to the Facebook page. So you can follow us. So you will see Palermo, Erice, and all the beautiful places in Sicily. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you everybody
right.
for being here.
See you in a few days.
Safe trip, safe trip,
Marianne,
enjoy.
Marianne, watch your step, every single step you take, okay? Mi raccomando, careful.
Eleonora, ma tu sarai a Carlentini, ovviamente, il 27 e il 28.
Eh sì, certo, sono in hotel con loro.
Quindi
Io
li
vado il
accompagni,
22 già, poi vado a Palermo il 23.
Ah, quindi sei tu che li accompagni tutto il tempo, giusto?
Sì.
Perfetto, ok. Bisogna Carlentini li aggiungerò pure.
Sì. Ok. Thanks a
All
lot.
right. Thank you all
Ciao.
for coming.
Safe trip, enjoy.
We will
Thank
see
you.
you. We will
Enjoy
see
your
you
stay
at the
there.
Festa Italiana, and then we will see you again the following Tuesday for our next meeting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sì, ciao a tutti.
Ciao, ciao, alla
Ciao.
prossima.
Ciao ciao.
Ciao, ciao.